Alright guys, the Tech Marine here, once again. I have a user submitted request. Now, I'm usually really touchy about the stuff that I put on camera, especially when it comes to my own work, because I don't think my own stuff is really that super duper. But, yeah, I guess I got a question about some of my favorite miniatures. So, or models, if somebody doesn't know what miniatures are. Miniatures are models, essentially, but they are very small. Just to give you an idea of how small, that's a nickel. Let's see. Here's a penny. That's how small. Okay, so you're talking that big. Anyways, this is just a video though that I'm putting out just to answer a question about what are some of my favorite models. So first one we have right here. This is a very old Space Marine Tyrannic. This is an Ultramarine Tyrannic War Veteran. You can see actually if I get something more precise. You can see this here is a Tyranid head. I don't know if it's a Termagant or what it's supposed to be on the actual model, but as you can see, he's not done. Backpack needs to be done. The pouches also here need a little bit of work. They need to be highlighted and stuff. That shoulder pad. The Omega looks really nice. I like how it came out pretty even, except for in this area right here. It's a little bit rough still. The cool thing is the bionic appendages. You can see here he's got a bionic leg. Let's see. I gotta finish the grenades that are right here because those are still not done. I like this scar that they put in right here in the helmet. That's really cool looking, I think, and it came out really good too. But purity seal. The bolt gun's pretty much done. The weapon's pretty much done. This seal down here, the skull icon, pretty much done. Need to finish these scratches. You can see that there's a gray overcoat on both of these. I need to finish both of those, but this is one of my favorite models, one of the few that's not done. So that's Ultramarine Tyrannic War Veteran. This is probably one of my first attempts at freehand. He's rather large, so I need to scoot him back so I can get enough room. This is my first standard bearer. One of my favorite models to use. Let's see, break out a little bit so you can see the top. There's a big full view of him. Let's pan around a little bit. He's got, if I can zoom in on that, he's got this gold trim that's across his exhaust ports, and then of course on the top too. He's got a nice Ultramarine shoulder pad. This is one out of the Command box set. The entire thing actually came out of the Command box set, the Command Squad box set. But I actually got this. This isn't one of my new models. I got this way back in a trade that I did with a fellow on a website. I got this model in pieces, put together myself, and then painted it up. First attempt at freehand though, so let's look at that. Pan out a little bit so you can get the rest of it. Okay. My first attempt at freehand, I did the banner first, this here, the banner on the banner. Did this white part first, and then the Omega, I actually put a transfer on and then traced it. I kind of cheated because I'm not that good at drawing. I drew on both of these icons here on the bottom. I used a piece of paper and cut out a rectangle and did the stenciling on that, and then I did the circle for myself. As you can see, it's a little bit off center and a little bit weird. But I really enjoy this model. I did this sort of patchwork here, and I drew that skull there, and that's just a fill-in part there. But one of my favorite models in general. He comes out very rarely. He doesn't get on the board too much. The rules aren't that super duper for him, but I usually don't play him on the board unless I really wanna go out as a symbolic gesture for the army. When the entire army's out, then he comes out. This is one of my first, wow, this is one of my first attempts at a different color scheme. He looks pretty icky, because white, I think white is the hardest color I've ever painted. He was going to be my army's main color when I first started the hobby, but as you can see, it didn't come out very well, so I decided to go against that. I might actually revisit this idea later. The only thing that did come out really well is this Imperial Eagle right here. That came out very well, I think. Right there. Hey, yeah, it came out really well. But I did this scheme when I first read the rules for the Black Templars, and I really liked the rules and I liked the fluff, and I wanted to put my own spin on it. So I painted this up. Didn't come out too good, but still a cool idea, and the color scheme, like you got the gold trim and the white base coat, which is kind of cool. So that's something to look at. Another one. Let's see. This is actually my first commander model. I was big on, when I first started playing 40K, I played Space Marines, of course, obviously, and I played back when you were in 4th edition and you could make up your own chapter, and your own chapter had its own rules. So this is my very first conversion, and it's actually my very first commander model as well. His name is, as you can see on his name right there, Decius, and he was my my assault captain for my assault company, because I used to run an assault company. He's got a very good chance at freehand too. I put a nice Maltese cross on there to denote him as a special model. I don't like to flock and do my bases up, so I like to give them a little bit of a touch on there. Something that's really unique about this model here, as you can see, there are these red lines, and then as I pan him over, there are these white lines. That's because I keep track of how many people this guy whacks. Because he's spinning around with double power fists, double lightning claws now, because double power fists aren't legal in 5th edition Space Marines as far as I know. So yeah, I used to keep count. The red bars are 50 and the white bars are singles, so he's got 5, 10, let's see, 155, 159. He's got 159 kills, this one model. So he's quite formidable. But he was the first captain that I ever made, and he's the first commander, and my first big conversion also, because I mean I had to cut those power fists and stuff, and then I did the backpack kind of special. I used the inspiration of a race car kind of in doing this model, because you can see he's got the white intakes and he's got the white knee pads, and I tried to integrate the secondary color of white as much as I could on the model. Even the belt buckle, you can see he's got a white belt buckle there. But very cool. Really enjoy this. He's probably my favorite model out of all my guys. This is more recent. This guy here, and I'm gonna have to back out because this guy is big. It's my first big conversion. He's got magnetized limbs, everything, arms, hands, head, backpack, all that stuff's magnetized. He's on a resin base, a really cool looking resin base. He's not painted yet. He's my newest Space Marine captain. I think he's either going to be my captain or he's going to be a really veteran sergeant, or maybe just a D&D miniature or something. But I put a lot of work into this guy. He's got 5 right arms and then 3 left arms. So he's got quite a bit. He's got quite an arsenal. He's got 2 different heads and then 2 backpacks. The other backpack isn't finished, so that's why this one's on right now. But everything, as you can see, let me see, it's completely magnetized. See, I got a little magnet in there. The camera would focus. There we go. So everything, he's completely posable, you know. You can make him out to be however you want. This chainsword itself actually is an idea that I ran across while playing Dawn of War 2 for the PC. Spinning around. It's got a blade in it. Focus for my camera. There we go. Kind of it's not gonna do it, but you can see that there's the normal blade on the bottom, and then I cut a secondary blade in there, which is kind of cool. I thought that was kind of a cool idea. So also very awesome. And here, one of my first conversions into a sergeant. This guy is Harkin. He is my first veteran sergeant. You can see he's denoted by the red helmet, and he's got Terminator honors on this other shoulder pad here. He's a very simple conversion. I really just put a lot of paint into him. Really, I did a lot of different things with the colors. He's a little bit dusty on the base. You have to forgive that. I haven't had him out for a while, but Yeah, he's actually one of my most popular models when people are looking at my army. People are drawn to this guy for some reason. I guess it must be the race car stripe. So I did stick a race car stripe in there, and you know what? I need to get zoomed in so this will focus correctly. Focus. Go. Go. No? No focusing? I guess not. The camera doesn't want to focus for me. But, maybe if I put him closer. Nope. Oh, wow. Oh, now you can see the bad paint job. Anyway, by the way, a little fun fact. On all my miniatures that I put lots of time into, or that I think are special, I put these coins in. So Harkin's got one, and then if you look at the bottom of Decius also has one. I got a handful of these coins while I was spending some time in a different part of the country, and I thought they were really cool, so I picked up a bunch of them, and I put them at the bottom of my miniatures. Whenever I put out a model that I'm really satisfied with, I'll usually stick one under there. Got about 2 left though. So here's another one. Space Marine with a plasma cannon. I like this model because there's a lot of stuff to look at. You got these wires in here, which are really cool. I spent a lot of time trying to get this one in the middle here with that that black and yellow stripe into it. This coloring in here I got to work on a little bit because this is back when I didn't know how to shade very well. I didn't finish this purity seal down here either, but there's tons of stuff to look at. I mean, I like this cable that runs all the way through there. The Devastator icon there. The backpack also has all those cables. It's really funny because each one of these cables is matched up in color to these cables here on the front. So I did a little bit of work into that. Painted on for myself the Omega, so it looks kind of crappy. But overall, I enjoy this model because he's also one of those things that when people get a look at him, and they see these built into here, or these cables built into here, and then they look. The eagle is actually done a different way. It's hard to see, but you can see down in there the eagle's got some metallic into it. But he's also really cool. So that'll pretty much wrap it up for this video. Here's something else to look at while we're waiting now. Another one of those Tyrannic War Veterans. He's got a bionic arm there, which is kind of cool. But yeah, this has been the Tech Marine, of course, with just my video showing some of my favorite models. So I hope you enjoyed this, and take care, guys. Cheers.